One teenager's lie just destroyed $100 million. FBI agents raided warehouses across America. They were looking for evidence of a crime that would change Hollywood forever. The criminal? Traci Lords. The crime? Being 15. This is how one girl fooled an entire industry. How she became the most infamous name in entertainment. And how she did the impossible, earned her way back to respect. But first, you need to understand the lie. Her real name was Nora Louise Kuzma. Born 1968, Steubenville, Ohio. Her childhood? Poverty, abuse, instability. By age 12, she'd learned the world wasn't safe. By 15, she was running. A fake ID. It said she was 20 years old. It said her name was Traci Lords. She walked into the adult film industry. They didn't ask questions. They didn't verify. They saw a young woman who could make them money, and they were right. Over the next 24 months, she appeared in more than 80 films. She earned hundreds of thousands of dollars. Studios made millions. She became the most recognizable face in the business. Awards, cover stories, international fame. At 16 years old, Traci Lords was a star. Stop and think about that. 16, still a child, in an industry designed for adults, no protection, no safety net, and everyone around her getting rich. She wasn't the villain. She was the victim. But there was a ticking clock. 1986. Her 18th birthday. That's when The Secret came out. May 1986. FBI raids. Multiple cities. Warehouses emptied. The truth? Traci Lords had been 15 for almost every film. Only one shot days after her 18th birthday was legal. The damage? Over $100 million in product destroyed overnight. Every tape, every magazine, every poster, gone. Producers faced federal charges. Distributors went bankrupt. The entire industry restructured. New laws passed. Age verification became mandatory. Background checks. Documentation. One teenager changed the entire system. But here's what the media got wrong. They called her a liar, a criminal, the person who destroyed an industry. The FBI investigation? Clear conclusion. She was a victim, a minor who'd been exploited. No charges filed against her. Because she was a child. At 18, Traci Lords had nothing. No career, no reputation, a name that meant scandal. Most people would disappear. She didn't. 2 years after the scandal, Traci Lords made a choice. She wouldn't hide. She wouldn't change her name. She would fight for a legitimate career. Hollywood said no. Casting directors hung up. Agents refused meetings. She kept knocking. Then a small role. Not of this earth. A low-budget remake. One director took a chance. Watch this performance. She's not coasting on scandal. She's acting. Real emotion. Real craft. Critics noticed. She can actually act. John Waters cast her in Crybaby opposite Johnny Depp. A legitimate Hollywood production. Waters didn't hire her for scandal. He hired her for screen presence. Slowly, the narrative changed. Scandal became backstory. Actress became identity. TV roles followed. Melrose Place, Profiler, First Wave. She built a resume one role at a time. But she didn't just rebuild her career. She rebuilt herself. She wrote a memoir, spoke publicly about exploitation, advocated for better minor protections in entertainment. The scandal that destroyed her? She turned it into change. Today, over 70 acting credits, films like Blade and Zack and Miri, respected directors, legitimate roles. She's not famous for the scandal anymore. She's famous for surviving it. Her story changed Hollywood. After 1986, age verification became standard. Protections strengthened. The industry learned slowly that exploitation has consequences. But more than policy, she proved something else. Your worst chapter doesn't have to be your last. She was exploited. She was blamed. She was blacklisted. And she became an actress, an author, an advocate. That's the Traci Lords story. If this story of survival and reinvention moved you, I've uncovered another Hollywood icon who rebuilt her life against impossible odds. That video's right here. And if you love untold cinema history, subscribe. I've got more stories worth telling. Thanks for watching.